Hi everyone! Today we're going to be looking at rounding numbers. Our objective is you will learn how to round numbers and numbers that contain decimals. So we're going to round whole numbers, and we're also going to round to tenths and hundredths. So here we go. Wanted to first tell you a little bit about rounding. Rounding a number is when you take a number and bump it up or bump it down to a nearby and cleaner number. A number can be rounded to any place value that you want. So when we round numbers, you're going to look at the number or at the place value of the number that you're rounding, and you're going to circle it. These are kind of my rules that I think it makes it easier. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to look at the number to the right of the number you are rounding and underline it. So you're going to circle and then underline. And the third thing, if the underlined number is greater than 5, then you're going to round up. And if the underlined number is less than 5, then you're going to keep the number the same. So let's look at some examples. So circle and underline. We are going to try it out, and the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to round these numbers to the nearest 100. So let me get a different color ink here. I'm going to do green. So we're going to circle what we're rounding to. So we're rounding to hundreds right here. And then we're going to underline to the right of it. So 7. And then you ask yourself, is 7 greater than 5? It is. So we would round that to 1,700. So after you've rounded to the 100 part, the rest becomes zeros. You make those zeros. Okay? So if you're a little unclear, I'll take it a little slower. If we're rounding this to the nearest 100, well, I'm going to circle the 100, and I'm going to underline the 3, and I'm going to give you two different options. Your options are, we could round it to 200, or we could round it to 300. Those are our options. So we're looking at the number to the right of the hundreds, which is 3. Is 3 less than 5? Yes, it is. Since it's less than 5, we're going to round down and keep it, or just keep it the same, to 200. Okay? If that doesn't make sense, or if you have questions, just jot them down and we can talk about it tomorrow. Let's look again at a different one. We're going to round these numbers. Let me just get rid of this little square. We're going to round these numbers to the nearest tens unit. So here's the 10, and then I look here. So the options are, we could have it 10,820, or the other option would be 10,830. And I want you to think a little bit, and I'm just going to be quiet for a second. Which one would you choose? Well, we're rounding to the nearest tens. Everything after that's going to be zeros. So we are going to round it to 10,820 because 1 is less than 5. Okay, for the next one, 798, we're going to circle the tens, and we're going to look at the number to the right. Your options are, I want you to say what the options are. The first option would be, we could do it 790, or we could do it 800. Which option do you choose? Well, we look at the 8, and since it's higher than 5, we're going to bump this up. So the option that you should have chosen is 800. Like I said, if you have any questions with this, you write it down and we will talk about it tomorrow. Let's go to the next one. Round these numbers to the nearest tenths unit. So tenths, that's right here. Whoopsie, let me get the pen going. Tenths, so we're going to do this. And we're going to do this, okay? And I'm underlining that. So our options here would be 78, because that doesn't change, 0.60, or 78.70. So we look at this, and it's higher than 5, isn't it? So we're going to bump that number up to a 7. So you should have chosen, whoopsie, this one. It's kind of a funky circle. This one, we circled the 1 and we're looking at the 3. So our options are 0.1, whoopsie. Ooh, so it's 0.10. Or we could have 0.20. And since this is less than a 5, we are going to choose this one. All right? I think this is the last one that we're doing together. You're going to round these numbers to the nearest hundredths unit. So this is tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So, oh dear. So I'm going to click on the pen. I'm going to circle the hundredths because that's what we're rounding to, so I don't get confused. And I look at the number to the right. So our options here are 1.350, or we could have 1.360. Well, we're looking at the underlined part right now. This is higher than 5, so we're going to bump that up. So this is the option you would choose, 1.360, or the proper way of saying it would be 1 and 360 thousandths. Or you could say 1 and 36 hundredths. This one I'm underlining the 2, and our options are 27 and 830 thousandths, or 27 and so let's think about that one. What would the options be with that if we're rounding to the nearest hundredths? So we would be 830 or 27.840. And we're looking at this. It's less than 5, so you're going to keep that at 3. So it would be 27 and 830 thousandths. All right? So now it's your turn. You are going to round these, and there's going to be a link for the quiz. And since there's just going to be two choices for each question, so you're just going to either choose A or B. And then I want you, so I know that you have been listening, I want you at the end to make up your own, and we can share it tomorrow in class. So make up your own rounding question with answers. Okay, so you can pause this and do the quiz. And then, if you have any questions, jot them down and we will go over them tomorrow in class. That's it for now. Have a good night. Bye.